Welcome to the Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu review, I guess.
Yep. Third video.
Yeah, episode
Ready to
number
go.
3. A little bit late because half of us were away on holiday.
Yep. Yep. Good times. Nice and cold.
Yeah, how's
Didn't even
Tassie?
rain that much. Yeah, it's good.
Never actually asked you about Tassie.
Yeah, it was nice. Not too bad. Just it was freezing in the mornings, but yeah,
I love cold
uh,
mornings though.
days were pretty. Yeah, the roughest thing was we were in like a van, like sleeping in a van, and like obviously they got no insulation, and you're sleeping like right up against the wall. So like if the sheets kind of moved a little bit, you just fucking froze your ass off. And you have to fucking like try and move the sheets back.
Yeah, rough.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Star Wars Mandalorian and Grogu.
Yep.
Starts off basically just Mando doing Mando things with
It
Grogu.
is basically like it felt to me like a very long episode or like a season condensed into a movie, I guess, in a
Yeah,
way.
I
It
would.
wasn't, and it was like standalone too. So that was like you didn't need to it didn't directly like tie into any of the other storylines that are already existing in Mandalorian, anyways.
Yeah, it's weird that they actually put the Star Wars title in this one as well.
Yeah, yeah. I guess it's just to like avoid confusion. That's what I would probably because I found myself calling it Star Wars. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see Star Wars tonight. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
not I'm gonna go see Mandalorian and Grogu. Like,
I
it's a
don't
fucking Star Wars movie.
I don't even think there's really any spoilers to even talk about either because it was like there wasn't much that advanced anything in the Star Wars world. Like,
No, and like you kind of learn the storyline of the movie in the first 15, 20 minutes of the movie. Like how it starts off is how it goes the whole way through. So,
yeah,
you know.
it sort of keeps the same pace. I mean, I would have just preferred another season of The Mandalorian. Um,
Yeah, yeah. Find out what's going on with the dark saber and shit like that, and fucking.
yeah,
Uh,
it's because that wasn't in the movie like at all.
yeah, they didn't mention anything about dark saber. They didn't mention anything about what happened to the chick, whatever her name is.
Yeah, Bogaton Kreese.
Buggets. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and like,
Nothing about her. You didn't see any other Mandalorians in it at all. You didn't see the armory. You didn't see anything except
yeah,
the Mandalorian.
it's basically just
Except,
Mando and Grogu doing Mando and Grogu things for the rebels.
yeah, pretty much. Well, not the Galactic Republic now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and yeah, there's not
yeah.
much else really to say about it. Like it was, I mean, it wasn't bad, but it wasn't like over the top big Star Wars kind of cinematic experience either, to be honest.
Uh, so I went to see it with one of my friends from down here, and he fucking loved it. Like, absolutely loved it. He's a fucking comparatively to us, he's probably like a bit of a normie. Um, like in the sense like he's not buffed up on Star Wars lore. He doesn't know some of the stuff that happens in the comics and the books, and I was pointing things out to him, and he hasn't seen Star Wars, the original 6 movies, as probably as many times as we have. So he he fucking really enjoyed himself. He hadn't even seen the third season of Mandalorian, and he's like, I can follow along perfectly. And I was like, that's because the third season is all about the fucking dark saber, and it doesn't come into it at all.
Yeah,
So
like it feels like this movie was put pretty much in between season 2 and 3.
yeah, almost like a filler season sort of thing.
Yeah, yeah, like that's probably their target audience though, like everyday normal people that probably haven't really seen much of Star Wars.
Yeah,
Because like I said, it doesn't further any one side. It
story.
doesn't further anything about the rebels or the Galactic Empire. It doesn't further anything about the stormtroopers or the Empire at all. It's
Yeah,
just Mando and
it
Grogu
doesn't give you
doing
any new. It doesn't give you any new lore at all, really.
no, apart from big fucking monsters that we haven't
Yeah,
really
apart from big
seen in
monsters.
live action before.
Yeah, yeah, like the ones I was mentioning the other day, whatever, last
Yeah,
time we were
the little Easter egg
briefly discussing it.
ones.
Little Easter egg ones. There's some good Easter eggs. We'll talk about Easter eggs in a bit, but
Even
we'll,
even the big fucking monster that was in there. That I'm pretty sure that was in the trailer anyway. So
the white things in the trailer, yeah,
yeah,
the white thing,
big
the white
snake
snake
dragon or
looking
whatever
thing.
they call it.
Yeah, yeah, that's in the trailer. So they know that people know that thing's in there. Most likely,
Yeah,
if they're watching this, they've supposed to see the trailer.
yeah. And
Um,
I mean, like pure cinematography wise, I
mm,
did have some pretty good shots in it.
yeah,
Um, CGI was, I would probably say, on the better side of recent movies. I wouldn't
yeah,
say it was
yeah. The
perfect.
CGI and it was pretty good. They did use a lot. Like there was a lot of puppets. Obviously, with the like Grogu's a puppet. He's not
And those
CG.
little fucking ship mechanic dudes
Mechanic
there.
dudes. Yeah, they're all puppets. And I kind of had like so this. I don't know if the CGI was just really good or if he was a puppet or not. But do you know the sort of lizard man in the swamp towards the end of the movie?
Yeah, I was just thinking
You know what
about
I was
that.
talking about?
I'm the one that sort of gives Grogu that food.
Yeah, like he's talking and the way like when he's talking, you can tell that it'd have to be CG. Like he couldn't do that with a puppet. But then like just the way that he's kind of like his body is shown and stuff like that makes him look like a puppet in a way. So
Maybe they did a mixture of both. Had him as a puppet for like still shots, and then when he made big movements, they used CG.
yeah. So I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that. The CG overall was pretty good. There's a bit of like there's a little bit of a sort of space battle towards the end of the movie as well, which was well, it's not really a space battle. It's like an in orbit.
Planetary
fl-
staff, not starfighter, planetary X-wing sort of scene.
Yeah, which was
Yeah,
pretty cool. Um, it wasn't like particularly long.
I think I would have liked to have
Uh,
seen Sigourney Weaver's character do a bit more though, because I like Sigourney Weaver. She's always pretty good in most things.
yeah, yeah, she's a bit woke now though. I think, but
Yeah,
you're right. She is. Filoni inserted himself like 3 or 4 times in the movie as well. So
yeah,
yeah, he's in a pilot. I think he was. I think he was actually showed up as a pilot in the series as well. But they kind of give some blatant shots of Filoni in there a few times, which
probably to save money on extras and other actors.
yeah. I just love how everyone gives James Gunn shit about like James Gunn's fucking promoting himself for his movie sort of thing, and then Filoni's just like flat out in his movie like multiple times.
It's probably
No one
just
says shit about Filoni doing it.
yeah. I think there's just a bit more controversy around James Gunn because of the whole Man of Steel slash Superman thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
true.
the people that pick a side just sort of, you know, give James Gunn shit because they can give James Gunn shit, and they don't like him because they didn't do what they wanted him to do.
For anyone's reference, we're on both sides. We enjoyed both of them. So
Yeah. So
yeah, we haven't chosen a side. We enjoy both of them equally. You don't need to choose a side.
they both have issues and they both excel in certain areas. They like, there's
Actually,
no
I
qualms
I
between
changed
the
my
two for me.
stance. Fuck them all. Dick Donner was better.
Yeah, yeah. True, true. The
Fucking Dick Donner's fucking CG looks so much better.
the donor cut was elite.
Oh yeah, yeah. Bring back the donut. So I'm just gonna just cut you up a kebab. Back to Star Wars though, which is what we should be talking about.
Yeah. So
Yeah, look, it was I think I enjoyed it more because I was with someone that was thoroughly enjoying himself watching it.
yeah,
Do you
fair
know what I
enough.
mean? Like it was
Yeah.
kind of like a little bit infectious. But that being said, me and him were the only people in the cinema. There was no one else in there. It was just me and him. So we were like fucking talking loud and laughing as loud as we fucking wanted and shit. Because there's definitely some funny parts in there. There's, like even though like some people are like, oh, it's childish or fucking, whatever. It's like, oh, just fucking sack up, bro. Like, it is what it is.
When
You know?
when you've got Star Wars and you've got a character like Grogu, though, there's going to be some childish moments and events in
Yeah,
there because Grogu, in a sense, is basically a toddler.
yeah, pretty much. He is. It's basically a toddler, but he definitely pulls his shit together at one point in this movie. So more than what a toddler would be able to, anyways.
I I do think one of the I wouldn't say the biggest issue I have with the movie, but they struggle to give Mandalorian any real sense of risk in what he's doing because he's so heavily
They're
armored
protected by
with
the
the
Mandalorian.
with
Yeah,
the Beskar
Mandalorian
metal.
armor. Yeah,
So because he obviously he knows that he's armored very well. He's got that confidence to him. He just goes in, just
yeah. Just
wrecks people's day,
kicks the door in and fucks up people. Yeah, yeah.
and you sort of
No,
know
no
how it's going to
consequence.
go. Sort of maybe except towards the end of the movie, which we'll
Yeah,
get to.
yeah.
But like, yeah, it was hard to enjoy. Like the fights were choreographically really well done. I thought.
He was actually like, so there was points in it. I'm like, is that actually Pedro Pascal doing some of that shit? Like, when he's like doing like the ground sweep kicks, like the fucking stormtroopers in the fucking head, and like this is so, like acrobatically. I'm like, I don't see. I think Pedro Pascal's over in Martel days are long behind him. Do you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
he was fighting in that, you could tell he was a bit acrobatic, but this is a bit step beyond. Like I haven't really seen him do anything like that
Well,
in a while in other roles where he doesn't have a fucking helmet on. So
yeah. Well, I'm not overly big fan of Pedro Pascal, and watching the whole movie, like I wasn't, other than the voice, I wasn't really phased by it being Pedro Pascal at all until the
he
scene
seemed
where
very
his helmet
monotone
gets
in this
taken
one.
off.
Yeah.
And when his helmet got taken off, I'm not gonna lie, I expected him to do a Mr. Fantastic stretch to pull it back.
His neck just stretches and slots back into the helmet.
Yeah,
Slots his head back into the helmet.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Or what? But yeah, probably the best part about the movie is you don't have to see Pedro Pascal's face for too long.
Yeah. He seemed very like he sounded kind of not very emotional in the movie, but I don't think Mandalorian ever kind of really was. But
Well, even the other Mandalorians in the seasons, they were never really emotional. Like you obviously get that feeling and sense that Mandalorian does care about Grogu a lot,
yeah,
but because
yeah,
he's got a helmet on for the scenes where you'd see someone have like an emotional look or face on, you just see that blank sort
mm.
of helmet. So you
and
do,
and then you just get the voice, which is very monotone.
yeah. So
You
you
know,
do. It is very void of emotion, even though it's you
yeah,
do get it does set up for a lot of emotional stuff at the end with Grogu and Mandalorian and stuff like that. But
yeah,
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 it just lacks it because you can't see the facial expressions on Mandalorian really.
yeah. That's it. That's it. But overall, I mean, it was a pretty good movie. But I think when we do the rating for this one, I was thinking about this last night when I was in bed. We should, before we do a rating for this movie, we should rate the previous Star Wars movies, and then we can slot this one in between them. Do you get what I
Yeah.
mean? So we do 1 to 10, and then we put the
Well,
other Star Wars movies in where we'd put them, because that's going to make it easier and people to better understand in terms of Star Wars movies how good this Star Wars movies is. So how good this Star Wars movie is. You know what I mean?
I'll
Because
test my ability in editing and I'll put it in a list on screen as well as we talk about it. I'll have
yeah,
1 to 10
or
on
like a
screen and I'll put the
sliding
title there.
scale. Yeah. So let's okay, I'll just Star Wars films. Look it up right now. Just get all the Star Wars films up, and I'll open up a notepad.
Well,
One,
should we even
two.
include the latest trilogy? Because
Yep. No, I want to include it because that will be able to give us a low point.
well, they're all automatically at 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, exactly. No, you don't have to do one. Like you can put them. Like you could have two in one, or you know what I mean. Like you could put all the three in one if
Oh,
that's what
put
you
them all
feel.
in negative fucking one then.
Yeah. Well, let's. All right. So we got episode one. Let's do the top. Like do the top one first. So I'm putting Last Jedi
Yep.
as one, the shittest by far. So that's Last Jedi done. I reckon for the top, I'd either put Empire Strikes Back. Most likely, Empire Strikes Back is 10. That's my favorite. Empire Strikes
So
Back is 10.
Empire Strikes is 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Yep.
And Last Jedi is 1 out of 10.
Last Jedi 1 out of 10.
Yep. So now we'll go to the other ones. Phantom Menace. Where'd you put that?
I would put Phantom Menace. I would probably put that. I would put that at 8. I'll put that at 8.
An 8, you reckon? I would
Yeah.
argue lower. Lower, because this is a scale of Star Wars movies, not movies in general.
Yeah.
I would probably, because Attack of the Clones, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope, Return of the Jedi.
Actually, yeah. Sorry. Yeah. I'd put Revenge of the Sith at 8. I'd put Revenge of the Sith at 8. Phantom Menace probably more like 7
I,
or
I'd
6,
put
actually.
Phantom. I'd put Phantom Menace at 6. Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones. I'd probably put that on the same par as Phantom Menace. I reckon at a 6. You cool with that? You agree?
Yeah. 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 I'd agree. Yeah.
What was that? Attack of the Clones. Clones.
Actually, I'd put Revenge of the Sith at a 9. Just
Revenge of the
just
Sith at a 9. I
yeah,
agree with that.
just
Revenge of the
just
Sith was very, very good.
just for the Obi-Wan and Anakin
Fight at the
fight.
end. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
I was honestly, when you put it at an 8, I was a little bit disappointed.
that was
Depends on that fight.
lightsabers battling at peak. That was
That was lightsaber sex right there. Doesn't get any better than that shit.
I just had a fucked up image in my head.
Docking image of fucking lightsabers. Your Schwartz is nearly as big as mine. All right, A New Hope.
A New Hope.
I'd
Now,
probably put New Hope at a 7-ish.
I actually haven't seen the original trilogy for a while.
In a minute. Yep.
I'm probably gonna have to go rewatch it this weekend now. Actually,
A New Hope it's a bit slow. It is good, but it is a bit slow. That's why I don't rate it anywhere near as good as Empire Strikes Back.
yeah,
I'd
but I
probably actually,
mean,
you know what, I'll put A New Hope at an 8. A New Hope at an 8. And then I'd put Return of the Jedi at a 7, purely because I didn't like the whole Muppets thing at the end.
but A New Hope, like it was George Lucas's first movie into the whole thing.
Set the whole thing up.
Yeah, set the whole thing up. Um,
We can put it at a 9.
I wouldn't quite say a 9 because it did have that first film issues to it.
5. Yeah.
Um,
I think 8's a good spot for it. 8 to
yeah,
7.
I'll say 8. I'll say 8.
Wow. New Hope. New Hope. Empire Strikes Back we've already got. Return of the Jedi. Like I said, I would probably put Return of the Jedi as 7.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
I would
I,
concur.
I of the 3 original movies, so we've got Empire Strikes Back at 10, New Hope at 8, and Return at 7. Of those 3 movies, Return is definitely the weakest.
Yeah, I would
It did
concur.
have good closure to the story and everything. Like, I'm not gonna lie there, but it's just in terms of how much it grabs me and how like if I was to watch the original trilogy Star Wars ones, I'm keen as fuck to watch the first, the second, and then the third one. I'm always like, ugh. All right, yeah, I'm still gonna watch it because I fucking like it, but it feels like it
It
goes downhill a
yeah, it
little bit.
doesn't hold up quite as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I would
Um,
agree.
and, and then we got Force Awakens, which I'm gonna put personally. I'd put it at a 3, and then I'll put Rise of Skywalker at a 2.
You're being generous. I'd just put them all at a fucking one. But yeah, Force Awakens, I'd probably put it at two.
Force
And
Awakens was like so. I still have the vibe of like when Force Awakens first came out. I was like keen as fuck to see a new Star Wars movie. You know what I mean?
oh, I think
So
everyone was like, and that's probably why it was such a letdown too.
yeah, exactly. Which is the only reason I'm putting it at 3, and 3 is still fucking low because we got the Phantom Menace is at a 6, so it's like half as good as Phantom Menace and Clones.
Still being generous, but yeah.
All right, we'll put it at a 2. We'll put it at a fucking 2. Force Awakens. Yeah, you're right. Actually, no, fuck them. For the Force
Yeah,
Awakens
fuck them.
and Rise of
I know,
Skywalker.
I know. We try not to be negative about most stuff, but that trilogy was there's not much positive going on for
Yeah, I'm
it.
going back. I'm changing what I've said. They're all going to fucking 1. Fuck those movies. They're all fucking shit. I was like, wait a minute. I tried to watch Last Jedi like a couple weeks ago, and I fucking hated my life. I fucking hated every fucking minute of it, and I stopped watching the Star Wars movies after I finished it. I was like, nah, I've already done the first, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 and 6. I need to watch this bullshit. Dang it off. And then we've got. I'm gonna skip the animated Clone Wars film because I don't even think I've seen that. I didn't know
Oh,
there was one. I thought it was just a fucking TV series. So I'm just gonna skip that. We'll just skip no animated shit, no series, just fucking films.
to
Rogue
to
One,
to be fair, I haven't actually seen Rogue One or the Solo movie.
really?
Really, I I think I was planning on seeing them when they first came out. And then at the time I had a lot of life shit going on, and
Yeah.
I completely forgot they were even a movie until a few years later, and I never got around to seeing them again, and it just kept spiraling. So I'll have to watch them soon.
So I can place those for us. Rogue One's a 5, Solo's a 4. Because I liked Solo, parts of Solo, because it gave like kind of a bit of backstory to the Millennium Falcon and all that sort of shit. But a lot of people fucking hated it, and it had what's her fucking name? The bitch that showed up in Indiana Jones. Phoebe Waller-Bridge as L337, Lando's fucking droid navigator. It's just cancer as fuck. It's like a
Yeah,
feminist
righto.
fucking robot, dude.
Fuck, yeah.
But the dude that played Han Solo actually in like he had a there's moments we see a bit of like Solo in him. There is more moments of it. He doesn't do the too bad of a job. So
Ju- Just even though
and
I
it's
haven't
got Woody
seen,
Harrelson in it, man.
oh
Woody
fuck, I love
Harrelson's
Woody
hot.
Harrelson.
There's a part in the start of the movie because like Woody Harrelson's like this mad gunslinger dude, and he's like standing on top of this train thing, just like fucking blapping cunts, like with the fucking with his twin blasters from the hip, just like buzz 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 buzz. It's fucking cool.
Oh yeah, yeah. Even though I haven't seen the Solo movie, um, do you know who I think would have played a really good like young Solo, even though he's not quite young at the moment, but
Mhm.
Walter Goggins.
Walton Goggins.
Walton Goggins, yeah.
You reckon he would have good played? He's definitely not a young Han Solo anymore. But
No,
I
not
do. I like Walton Goggins in
yeah.
general. I think he's a great actor. I'm actually looking forward to the next season of Fallout, so we can do a fucking review on that because he's a beast as the ghoul in that show. He's a carry man. He's like a background carry. Like you don't realize how good he is. He's always like these little like side characters and shit. And he's just a badass in every single fucking role.
Yeah, no, he's really good. I wouldn't say I've always liked him because I've only really discovered him in the last maybe 10 years. But
Yeah,
even the other stuff that he's done, I've liked all the other stuff that he's done.
yeah. No, he's good. I've watched TV series just because he's in it. I still got to watch that new one, Principles. I think it's called. They're like school teachers, and it's got Dynamic Pride in it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I gotta sit down and watch that. All right, so we just placed them all, and now we're up to Mandalorian and Grogu. So we've got Last Jedi, Force Awakens, and Rise of Skywalker all at one.
Yep.
Solo's at 4, which you haven't seen. Rogue One's at 5,
Yep.
which you haven't seen. And then from 6, you got Phantom Menace and Clones, Return of the Jedi at 7, New Hope at 8, Revenge of the Sith at 9, and Empire Strikes Back at 10. So where are you going to put Mando?
Probably in between them all, and either 5 or 6. I'm still debating 5 or 6.
I think we put it at 5. I
Yeah,
am in
I think
agreement of a 5.
I think 5 is
I,
a probably a good spot.
I think you're going to have the same feelings I had on Rogue One, where I didn't dislike Rogue One, but I didn't really like Rogue One at the same time. There's definitely parts of it that were a bit of a bore. Everyone seemed to really enjoy it. I was like, it's okay.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I'll have to give them a watch.
one thing that always pisses me off, and it'll never stop pissing me off, is the fact that they steal the plans for the Death Star in it, and there's no goddamn Bothans. So, not a one.
Rogue One's where the when it come out, I remember seeing a lot of um things online about Darth Vader turning up at the end of it.
The A turns up at the very end. The very
Yeah,
end of Rogue One
and he
is
like
the
walks through
start.
he likes walk through a hallway and just obliterates a few people.
The very end of Rogue One is the start of A New Hope.
I did know that. Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, yeah. So
Mm.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
cool.
I'd
So
put it.
yeah,
Yeah,
about a 5.
5. Yeah,
I'd go. I honestly would put it above Rogue One, but I wouldn't put it in line with Phantom Menace. So like for me, like we could stretch this out. We can put Solo down to a 3. We can put Rogue One at a 4, and Mando at a 5. I think that's a better.
yeah.
That's
But
a better spread.
like I said before, the issue for me with the Mandalorian and Grogu movie is they've put the Star Wars title on it, and
Mm,
most movies that have the Star Wars, all the movies that have the Star Wars title attached to it,
mm.
advance like the greater Star Wars lore or story in some way. Like Rogue One is about them stealing the plans to the Death Star, etc., and it goes into, like you said, A New Hope, and then Solo
Well,
shows a lot of stuff with
realistically,
Han Solo
when
and
you
all
want
that
to
sort of
talk about
stuff.
advancing the storyline of Star Wars, the Skywalker series, episodes 1 to let's just say 6, because there is no 8, 9, 7, 8, and 9. But episodes 1 to 6, that advances the Skywalker story within Star Wars. So using Star Wars, because Rogue One's called Rogue One: A Star Wars Story,
Yeah, true, I suppose.
and Solo is called Solo: A Star Wars Story. Mandalorian is called.
Star Wars, The
Actually, if
Mandalorian
you
and Grogu.
yeah, but it's very small, and you look at the like posts and stuff. It's very small, and even when you like you look at most stuff for it, it's the Mandalorian and Grogu, Star Wars.
Yeah, and I get that it's more likely just a marketing thing, so people know it's a Star Wars movie.
Mm,
Um, but like you go and see the Mandalorian and Grogu, and other than it being within the Star Wars universe, if you took the Star Wars
yeah,
universe out of it, you'd be
yeah.
like, this has nothing to do with Star Wars.
Well, there's wars. Well, there's no wars in the stars. They talk about a war in the stars, but there's no war in the stars. Um, Yeah, I guess. Like I said, I think it's more for marketing and just an ease of people talking about it, sort of thing. Like I said today, like I was talking to one of the people at work, and I'm like saying to him, like, I saw Star Wars last night. I was like, well, I saw Mandalorian and Grogu last night, but it's easier to just say I saw Star Wars, because
Yeah,
say
yeah,
Star
yeah.
Wars, everyone knows what the fuck you're talking about, anyways. It's not like there's 2 Star Wars movies out at once.
No.
But by the same token, it's like I saw the new or Marvel movie today. You say I saw Captain America. I saw Wolverine. Like, it's a bit of a different one, I guess. Much over muchness. Um,
Yeah.
all right. Well, that gives it a pretty good rating. I feel like putting it just below Phantom Menace, a little bit of Rogue One. I mean, you can put it on par. Some people put it on par with Rogue One. Some people might put Rogue One above it, but it's basically it sits below the original six movies, but above most of the other ones. So yeah, yeah, it's
It's
either
it's sort
above
of
on par or slightly below the other ones.
sort of a middle ground where it was
Yeah,
it's pretty average. Some good scenes, some scenes that are a bit like, yeah, that didn't really need to be there, but is what it is.
yeah,
Had like nearly a just over a 2 hour runtime. I think 2 hours and 10 minutes or something like that.
yep, yep.
And like
Holy
I said,
shit! I did not know that.
what's that?
You know the shopkeeper?
Yeah,
That's Martin Scorsese.
is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I did not pick that.
Nah, me neither.
Yeah, right. Okay, fair enough. But yeah.
Yeah. What actually, on the note of the shopkeeper, the CGI they did for the shopkeeper was fucking phenomenal.
Oh yeah,
Because the way that he was, the expressiveness of it, and the way he was talking and stuff, it looks like really fluid and natural, like how he's using his hands to talk and stuff. Because obviously he's got four arms, but it
yeah,
just it looked really, really good. It looked really, really good.
yeah. That I wonder again if that was CGI and like half puppet use, or
Yeah.
um,
Oh, that
because
was
I've
definitely CGI. That one was definitely
yeah,
CGI.
um,
But
it or maybe even a costume and his other two arms were just like motorized or something. But then again, that'd be hard to control.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that character was
Or
all
or
CGI.
you know how they do like so for remember in the Man of Steel the big I forget his name what his Kryptonian name is, but the big Kryptonian that's with Faora and Zod.
Uh
So
yeah,
they
yeah, yeah, yeah.
he was technically CGI, but it was someone in a motion capture suit with like a big ball that sticks up above his head to get the height right. So
Yeah,
maybe they
yeah.
did like a motion capture thing and just
Yeah,
like did it that way, and his extra arms were just like CG'd on.
yeah, maybe. I was when I was watching, I was like, "Fuck!" They did a really good job with these extra arms, like making it look natural and stuff. It actually
Well,
was quite
even
nice.
the CG with the huts as well, that was pretty well done.
Yeah,
Like it's
yeah.
it would have
I
been
still
hard
want
to
fucking puppet Jabba the Hutt back. That was can't look like a fucking pie. It was great.
see. I still can't get like the idea of a ripped hut out of my head.
A
Like
shredded heart. Yeah.
yeah, like Rodder Hut was like obviously because he's been fighting his whole life, but like
Let's just put spoilers. Put a spoiler warning in the video now. Some people know that particular fact.
ah well, you know it's. I mean, we are a bit late to watch the movie, so I guess spoilers. I guess.
Yeah, spoilers now. Road of the Hutt's been fighting. Road of the Hutt hasn't been fighting all his life though, because he's actually in Clone Wars. So
Hey, hey, I got better. I didn't come out and say that at the start of the video, so you know, just putting that
you
out
are
there.
improving. You are getting there. You are getting there.
Next video, I'll put a spoiler right at the start now.
Yeah, yeah,
But no, Rodder, I thought, and seeing Jeremy Allen's White in the opening credits, I didn't realize he was in it until that, and then I was expecting to see him, and then I heard Rodder the Hutt. I'm like, oh wait, hold on a minute, that's Jeremy Allen White that voices him, which
yeah,
threw me off. But yeah, the CGI between Rodder Hut and the fight scene that they had with the other huts, that was really well done.
yeah, yeah.
Would have been
Oh,
hard to capture, like because they're just giant worms essentially. Like that would have been hard to imagine or capture.
yeah. To answer our question before about whether he had a body double or not to do some of those acrobatic stunts, yes, he did. It was Lateef Crowder, who does lots of capoeira stuff in pretty much every movie. He's basically like the real life Eddie Gordo.
Yeah, right.
He even plays Eddie Gordo in the Tekken movie.
Well,
So
there you go.
yeah, that explains a lot because I was like, that's too fluid for the fucking Pascal to pull off. So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like in most other movies, I'm pretty sure Pascal doesn't do a lot of his own stunts anyway.
Yeah, he doesn't really take me as a risk taker.
Well, I don't. The only one I know that does all their own stunts is Tom Cruise. I don't
Yeah.
know any other actor that does all their own stunts or know
Stallone used
of.
to. Stallone used to. Well, didn't do all of his own stunts, but he did a lot of his own stunts. Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan did all of his own
Oh,
stunts.
Jackie Chan's a beast though.
Yeah.
He's great.
Jackie, that doesn't count. You can't bring that name in there.
He's a goat. You can't compare. You actually watched a
But
video on
yeah.
Jackie Chan and doing his own stunts, and his body is just wrecked and broken now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's pretty fucked up. Do we want to talk Easter eggs? What Easter eggs we noticed?
Well,
I got a good one.
to be fair, most of the time when I watch a movie for the first time, I'm not looking for Easter eggs, and I'm not
I,
great at
I didn't
spotting them
look for this one
until.
either.
Oh,
But yeah,
yeah, I know, but I'm not great at spotting them until like the second or third time I watch something. Just
yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's just how my head works.
There was definitely a few points where I was doing the old Leonardo DiCaprio like,
Whoop, whoop. Here I come. Oh, here I come.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There was a few ones, and one of them is so at one point when the Mandalorian is fighting in a fighting pit, and they release a whole bunch of things for him to fight. Every single one of those things that he has to fight in that fighting arena is on the fucking chessboard in A New Hope.
Yeah.
It's creatures from the because I was like, those are new looking creatures, and all that. They look very familiar. I vaguely remember looking and seeing something like that and something, but I can't remember where it was. Oh, it's in Star Wars: The New Hope. It's on the chessboard because he lifts that thing over his head and fucking
Yeah.
throws it to
I'll
the ground. And I was like, oh,
try
that's
and add
exactly like what
them.
it does. And yeah,
Try and add them on screen again.
yeah, yeah, an image of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one I sent you last night. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's a pretty good shot. It shows you all of them.
Probably won't be able to
And
get
there's
an actual picture of them from the movie because I can't just go to the movies and take photos. But I'll
yeah,
put a photo up of the chessboard thing.
yep, yep. But that'll give everyone an idea. But yes, they're all in it, which is kind of cool. I
Oh,
noticed
actually,
that.
there was a Easter egg I noticed. Thinking about it now,
Yeah.
was you get a
Mm.
brief vision of R2D2.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yeah.
Where?
So when Mando first goes to that rebel base, they're actually lifting R2D2 out of one of the fighters, the
X-wings.
X-wings.
Or like another like droid that looks like R2D2.
Well, it was white and blue and looked exactly like him. Might not have been R2D2, but I mean, they made it look like him. Probably nothing,
Right.
again, nothing story wise, but I reckon that might have been an Easter egg.
Yeah, could
But
have been.
yeah,
R2D2 is definitely off with Luke though at this point in time because you do see him with Luke in the series.
yeah,
So
but
it stands to reason that he could still be around. It stands to reason that it could have actually been Luke could have been at that base. You don't know,
well, I mean,
you know.
like one would hope so. He's still working for the rebels at that point, which he would be.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been cucked by fucking Disney Star Wars yet. At that point, Like-
That's actually what I would like to see out of Star Wars is not necessarily a trilogy. And I know Mark Hamill is not young, and it'd be hard to do, so they'd probably have to get a new actor to do it. Is I
yeah, I
want
know
a
the actor that
movie.
everyone wants. There is one actor
I,
that everyone wants to do it.
I want to see a movie or a movie series of Luke rebuilding the Rebels or the
Yep.
Galactic Empire, so to speak.
And you know who you get to do it?
Who?
Sebastian Stan.
Yep, I would
Everyone
agree.
wants
100%.
Sebastian Stan. Is what everyone wants to put. Everyone wants to see Sebastian Stan as goddamn Luke Skywalker. It's just
Yep.
the amount of images that if you like, look him up, it's just fucking perfect. And he's even a good age right now as well. Like he's not too old. This is like a good sort of older sort of Luke after the events of Return of the Jedi and the shit's going on in the Mandalorian.
And he's already got a contract with Disney.
He's already got a contract with Disney. I don't know why they haven't done it yet already, to be honest with you.
Because some of the best Star Wars comics come from that era.
Like, honestly,
Because
you know when Luke rocks up in Mandalorian?
mm,
If they had a Sebastian Stan do that, everyone would have gone fucking wild instead of using like the CG.
yeah, I can see that, but yeah, Disney struggles to let go though. We know this,
Mm-hmm.
but because some of the best comics they really dive deep into to Luke's advancement in the Force and all his Force abilities and how strong he and attuned he is to the Force and all that. Because
Yeah,
although Anakin was very powerful and Darth Vader was very powerful,
yeah,
he was more strategic and lightsaber
yeah,
combative powerful. I mean, yeah, he was strong with the Force and he could like stop ships from taking off, etc., etc. But
yeah. It's kind of like a Obi-Wan in a sense. Like,
yeah, like
more
Luke,
like Obi-Wan was, but more powerful. Which makes sense because he was kind of like trained by Obi-Wan when Obi-Wan was older and realized his mistakes to a degree. He wasn't trained by him for very long. But
yeah, but yeah, seeing Luke like attune himself to the Force and what he achieves through that in the comics was pretty interesting.
yeah, no, it was. Too
But
bad
yeah,
they
that
made a lot of stuff not canon. The whole takeover.
yeah, make the whole last trilogy not fucking canon. That'd be
I'm
nice.
honestly not disappointed they got rid of the Yuzan Vong thing. Like, I never really thought that was particularly. You know the Yuzan Vong?
Oh, if you jog my memory, I'd probably know, but it doesn't ring a bell at the
It's
moment.
They're like an alien race that come about in the Star Wars books. Um, and basically they come from like a different galaxy or something like that. That
And
they don't have they don't have midichlorians
so instead of
at
a
all.
galaxy far, far away, it's a galaxy far away.
It could be very close, who knows? Um, but yeah, because they don't have any midichlorians, the Jedi can't um which have been trained by Luke. That's like when you got like Ben Solo and all that sort of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, all that sort of shit. Um, and they can't preempt their moves, so the Jedi struggle to fight them
yeah, right. I,
because they're like basically like shadows to them.
that does sound familiar. I think I do remember something to do with that. I just can't place it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it has been a while since I've even comic books in general. I haven't looked at any recent comic book stuff or thing for a while
yeah.
actually.
Me neither. Me neither. Honestly, me neither. The comic books I get are generally like omnibuses, which are collections of old comic books redone or something like that.
Yeah, I actually bought a Superman omnibus not that long ago, which was a story that I'd already read anyway, but I
Mm.
just wanted it
Yeah.
in a single book.
Yeah, it's nice to have those single books. I honestly prefer buying them because then you don't have to worry about issues and missing
Oh,
one. You know what I mean?
well, when DC went electronic and you could read their comics through their app, I spent an ungodly amount of money just going through and just buying all these comics. I probably haven't even
Yeah,
read
yeah.
all of them either, to be honest.
Fucking hell. But yeah,
But yeah.
so I think we should. Do we want to end this one here, or we want to keep going for a little bit longer? Or I think we've said
Oh,
everything there really is to
yeah,
say about the movie. To be honest with you, like it's a great
yeah.
movie, but it's not. It's not. There's no There's no like post credit scenes, so no one has to worry about that shit. There's no like.
At at
They
least in
leave
the
it open for
Australian
another
cut,
movie,
anyway.
but there's no. Yeah, they leave it open for more movies, but there's not like secret like, oh, the bad guy is actually still alive. Well, I wonder what's going to happen now. Like there's they just fly off and they do their own. They're going to go do their own thing some more. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? So
there's no significant changes to
unclosed
characters
plot lines.
that would force them into making another movie per se. But
Ah,
I
yeah,
mean, they still left it open. Like if they want to create another story for Grogu and the Mandalorian, they can do that. But there's no massive plot or cliffhanger or anything like
I
that.
still have that theory that there might be, because they talk. Sorry, in the movie they talk about Rhoda huts. The huts talk about how long they live, and in the movie, you obviously see Grogu and Rhoda getting along quite well.
Mm.
So I honestly wonder if there's going to be something later on where it's going to be like Rhoda and Grogu will end up, like, maybe Rhoda becomes a foundling or something, because he's technically the same age, or roughly the same, he'd be roughly around the same age as fucking Grogu would be.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
advancement and mentally
mentally
though.
though, not mentally not, but you know, um, for his race, is still quite young,
Yeah.
so he could technically be a foundling, and um, there could also be some sort of, Rhoda is a good hut, so he might end up looking after, or something, like, might end up looking after Grogu, sort of, after something happens to the Mandalorian, after he dies of old age, or whatever. It might end up being like Rhoda and Grogu. Who knows?
Yeah, potentially. I probably wouldn't like that because as much as I
I
don't
wouldn't.
like Pedro
I don't.
Pascal, I still like the Mandalorian as a character.
I like Mandalorians in general. That's the only
That too,
reason.
yeah.
Yeah. No, the Mandalorian's one of my more favorites types of characters generally. Like, well, Boba Fett was really cool until they fucking made him a bit weird in the series, but Boba Fett was a badass. Jango Fett was a badass. Like, every Mandalorian, even in the comics, in the books, like in the Old Republic games, like, Mandalorians is made up of these massive badasses, and they're just, yeah,
Yeah. This is
Mandalorian
the
characters
way.
are hard to dislike. Yeah, so
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we'll end it there. It's about 45,
yeah,
46 minutes. Yeah, solid movie. I wouldn't
yep,
say it's great. Average. Yeah.
yeah,
Watch it
yeah.
at your own risk, I guess, because everyone's opinions are different.
Everyone's opinions are different. I wouldn't listen to what everyone's complaining about on social media. Like, everyone's saying how shit it is. I don't think that that's the case at all. I think it's definitely worth the watch.
Maybe
Um,
on a cheap Tuesday.
I'd go see it on a Thursday. I'd pay full price for it. I
Uh,
don't think it was
I
that much.
mean, I would too, but I'd probably have a bit more of a dirty taste in my mouth if I didn't get a discounted ticket.
I paid full price. Well, it's fine.
I'm like
Mm.
not saying that it's like terrible or anything. Just I mean, because movie prices in general are so high, like you
Oh
expect.
yeah. I guess also in that note, I got cheaper. I did get cheaper tickets, but I went to a cinema that tickets were cheaper than the ones near to my house. So
Well, there you go.
it was like $50 for like two tickets, popcorn and a drink. Like it was fucking
That's actually not bad.
pretty good. Yeah, I
That
still reckon they've screwed it up.
usually costs me $50 for a normal ticket plus popcorn and drink just for
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
we'll leave it there.
Over
Next
there.
one we'll
Yep.
do a opinions and thoughts on the boys as a series in total.
Yep. Yeah.
Probably put
Yeah.
upload that the day after this one. Hopefully get this one up soon.
Yep.
Um,
And then have this one shortly after, and have boys shortly after. So keep an eye
yeah,
out for that.
yeah, all right.
This would be, like we said, boys. It would be the boys series as a whole, not just the latest season. We're just going to do the whole series.
Yeah, it's not
It's a
going to
lot
be a
easier that way.
review, just going to be opinions and thoughts and what we
Yeah.
liked and disliked and just talk shit about it. That's really it.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep.
thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one, I guess.
Catches.